Хаюшки, хахаюшки. С вами Digital Duo. Меня Лили зовут. Нам надо по Берику отправиться, короче. Магов. И проблемки порешать. В главный зал нам нельзя. Видимо, там будет босс-файт какой-нибудь. Ну, вы знаете, эти босс-файты. Куда рыцари делись? Великие и прекрасные. Сами же сказали, будут ворот сторожить. Видимо, ушли. Надо было их с собой брать. Только хотела сказать, вот не ответить бы звездюлей. И в итоге отведали. Охереть там ловушек. Просто жопа.
Yes?
А ты умеешь их обезвреживать? За это опыт дают.
Allow me. I could do that for you. Yes, of course. Mm-hmm. On my way. I shall. Yes, of course.
As you say. Of course.
Welcome back, friend. You'll be glad to learn that the circle is well on its way to recovery. The child is possessed, but killing the demon would mean killing the... unless you intend to enter the Fade. Yes, it can be done with a group of mages. I shall gather what mages I can, and we shall leave promptly. A life is at stake.
Какой добрый. Спасибо, дед. Ты классный. Привет, поторгуем?
You really killed all those... I'm sure you need supplies after that, don't you?
Конечно, давай поторгуем. На том же самом месте.
Will you stop eating?
I'm hungry.
Stuff your face at camp. For now, watch the bloody road.
But we've been looking at the road for hours. No travelers all day.
Will one of you pay attention?
Hey, who's that?
Дослушались, ладно.
Trap right ahead.
Бля! Ты поздно сказал!
Now the fun part. You think I would run away more?
Просто за секунду до... Ой, ловушка! Тудыщ!
Trap right ahead.
Опять!
Trap right ahead.
Где? О! Стопе!
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Конечно, нет. Кто-то взорвался. Молодцы.
Right
Бля.
ahead.
Как выйти-то отсюда, ёперный баб? Пустите меня. Туда я хоть иду. Можно тут обойти. Здравствуйте, уважаемые. Здравствуйте, здравствуйте, здравствуйте.
I've told you the only thing I can think of that might help.
Ah, there you are. We have brought lyrium and begun preparations for the ritual. We can start any time. Yes, we haven't sufficient lyrium at present to send more than one mage into the Fade. It truly depends on the manner of demon. It sounds like a spirit of greed and desire, one of the more powerful in the hierarchy. It will likely engage you in dialogue and tempt you with an offer. Avoid it. Making deals with demons never turns out well.
I'm glad we decided to take this route. This is really the best option.
Very well. Who will go into the Fade? Then I assume you must get her from your camp. We will proceed when you return.
Nebraska.
Indeed.
It will be done. Very well.
What comes, my friend? So, full of questions, are you? 'Tis the child abomination you speak of from the haunted castle? If what you seek is to remove the demon from the child without harming the child, there is a way indeed. There is a connection between the child and the demon, one which can be followed to the demon's true form within the Fade. There, the demon can be battled directly. Only a mage may enter the Fade. It requires lyrium and a group of mages to cast the ritual, neither of which we have, yes? And had we those things, it would still fall on one mage alone to defeat the demon. No simple task, but there you have it.
Ты пойдешь туда.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Your desire is my command. Of course.
Ничего интересного. Здравствуйте.
We are ready to proceed when you are. Very well. Who will go into the Fade? Then let us begin forthwith.
Надеюсь, Морриган рада. Морриган, ты рада?
Is that you, Connor? I can hear you! I'm coming!
Father! Where are you?
Is anyone out there? Hello?
I don't understand. It's so cold. I want to go home. Please, Father. I only want to help you.
You there? Have you seen my son? I can hear him, but I cannot find him. This blasted fog has me turning in circles.
This is the Fade. Your kind cannot navigate it any more than you could navigate a dream.
I don't understand. Where is my Connor?
I will find him for you, since I foolishly gave my word that I would. Leave me to it.
No. No, you're trying to lead me astray. I do not believe you. Connor! Connor, where are you? Curse this blasted darkness!
Who are you? Are you the one that made Father ill? Tell me now.
Shoo! Run along and play. Or whatever.
No! You're here to hurt Father. I know it. I won't let you.
Здрасте. А еще могу конусом холода хуйнуть. Еще вот так могу. Хе-хе-хе, хе-хе-хе. А чё, мне больше некуда пойти? Никуда, никуда, никуда пойти.
You! You're the one making father sick!
Конечно.
I'll help him! You can't! Why do you keep hurting me? Why are you trying to stop me?
Enough of these games. Give me what I want.
Trespasser! I will drive you out! Get out of here! Get out!
Father wanders, seeking me, trapped within my web. All is as it should be. Why must you interfere?
Why do you speak through illusions? Come, let us converse.
No. It is time for you to go now. Do not persist, or things will go very badly for you.
Why am I running? Erase me!
You have no hope.
Very well. No more illusions. Now we meet face to face. You see my true form, and stand in my domain. It is here I am most powerful. And yet I have no wish to engage your power, nor should you be so eager to engage mine. Perhaps we should converse instead.
I will not become an abomination no matter what you try.
One soul I already possess. I do not need another. You need not fear me on that account. I wish only to talk.
Do you take me for a fool? I know better than to bargain with your kind.
Alas, that is sad. Very well then. If you wish a battle, you will have it. Let us see if your power matches your boldness, creature.
So it is over. Connor is his old self. He does not seem to remember anything, which is a blessing. I suppose we will need to send him to the Circle of Magi's tower for training, once the war is over. It's so odd to think of the boy as a mage, of all things. Eamon has much to mourn and rebuild should he recover. But at least he can be thankful that both his son and wife are safe.
I owe you my deepest thanks. I can scarcely believe Connor is the boy he once was.
There is still the matter of Jowan. His poisoning Eamon began this whole mess, yet he lives. I must decide what becomes of him. We will hold him for Eamon to decide his fate. If he doesn't recover, Jowan's fate is sealed. What do you think? You spoke with him, have you not? You know what he has done better than I do, even. I would not trust him, but I would not presume to tell my brother what to do.
Released? Are you mad? Why would you do such a thing?
I agree with Isolde. He's a Maleficar. We cannot simply unleash him on the land and ignore his crimes. Very well. I shall have the mage imprisoned again for now. But our task is not done yet. Whatever the demon did to my brother, it seems to have spared his life, but he remains comatose. We cannot wake him.
The urn. The urn of sacred ashes will save Eamon.
It has been tried, and we will continue trying. Perhaps the demon's absence will make a difference. However, the relic is another option.
My husband funded the research of a scholar in Denerim, a brother Genetivi. He has been studying the inscriptions on Andraste's birth rock. When Eamon fell ill, I sent the knights to speak to Genetivi. I hoped that he had finally discovered the location of the urn of sacred ashes itself. They were unable to locate Genetivi. In desperation, I sent more knights in search of the brother, or some clue of the urn's location.
I must organize Eamon's knights as they return, draft new soldiers, and prepare the army to fight. I shall hand Redcliffe back to Eamon when he awakens, and in a state where it can be of some use in the coming war. Truly, what other choice do I have? I have nothing to give you, except, if we are fortunate, my brother and the armies he can muster. But for that, we need the urn. If you wish more, speak with him once he is revived. No one else can. Even if I wish to do it myself, I cannot abandon Redcliffe to its own devices. Perhaps you could seek out the brother's home in Denerim and see if any clues remain on his whereabouts. It is the only place to begin the search, I think. I must go to the hall and begin rebuilding. I wish you luck, and may the Maker go with you.
I have faith that you will find a way to help my husband.
You're the one who saved me. Then, I guess I owe her thanks. Father always said to remember to thank people who do nice things for you. I hope Father gets better soon. He will, won't he?
That poor little boy. I just can't bear to think what he must have gone through.
Ask away.
Of course. As you say. Very well.
You return. Might you have news? Then I must resume my duties. The civil war continues, and Loghain is no doubt angered Redkliffe has not been disabled. Good luck, my lady.
Of course. As you say. It will be done.
Greetings, milady. Greetings, milady. If it isn't the hero of the day, what can I get? Right, I've got some
Yes. Very well.
My Valena returned. She told me of your daring rescue. I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am. Take this. A reward for your deed. It's dwarven made and should serve you well. Thank you again. I'm forever in your debt.
Thank you, my lady. I'd never have been able to return to my father if it wasn't for you.
And after much sweat, blood and toil, her labors ended, and the world marveled at what she wrought.
It will be done.
A little something extra for friendship.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redkliffe. I just wanted to thank you. You went out of your way to save the Isle's family, and you did it. Even though it would have been easier not to. There's been so much death and destruction. It makes me feel good that at least we were able to save something. No matter how small. I owed the Isle that much. You're right. Hopefully, by that time, there's still enough of Ferelden left to save. Good. Now that the warm, fuzzy part of the day is over with, we can get back to the ritual dismemberments. Oh, wait, it's not Tuesday, is it? Your desire is my command. Of course. Your desire is my command. Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right? Join you? In your tent? No, of course not. I heard you. It's just that... I must sound like a fool. You know that I've never done anything like this. With anyone. I was quite sheltered after all. I care for you so much. Whenever I think of this, I feel like a bumbling idiot. All hands. I wish I could be better at this. I want it to be right. I really do, don't I? I keep telling myself that. I don't know. I'm willing to give it a shot, if you are. Right. I'm going to stop talking now. You know, according to all the sisters at the monastery, I should have been struck by lightning by now.
Блин, это такая неуклюжая вообще любовная сцена. Я не знаю, как там остальные, я их не смотрела. Но с этими анимациями это очень неуклюже выглядит. Ну, такая милота, конечно.
Yep. Lightning first, then the end of civilization as we know it. I'm a bad, bad man. You do realize the rest of our little party here is going to talk, right? They do that. Oh, sure, now you say that. By tomorrow, it'll be icy glares and awkward silences right before battle. Just you watch. So, what now? Where do we go from here? Right, I can handle that. I hope. Before we go, I just want to thank you. No one's ever made me feel this way. I wasn't sure it could happen, in fact. Good to know.
Дали нам достижение первый за то, что мы провели ночь с Алистером. Как мы, Лира, мы наблюдали. Ой, сейчас вообще, конечно, все будут об этом разговаривать.
Yes, it is good to have my sword at my side again. I call her Asala, the soul, my soul. She is forged from rare blue steel and has served me faithfully for many years. Yes, you understand what it is like to have a weapon that is part of you. Few others do.
Они нашли друг друга. Пёс и Стэн. Неправильно, вперед огненный болт, тогда должно быть написано.
If there's anything I can do for you, Enchantment? Enchantment!
Колдовство, колдовство.
Unexpected, thank you.
What say you? By all means. Again, well now, what might interest you, I wonder?
Shall I describe the stages involved with Lanthrax poisoning? I watched a man go through all 7 once. Haha, you have rather macabre tastes, I see. I like that. Let's see, how about the largest battle I ever took part in? That would have been the slaughter of Prince Azrin. Did you hear of that down in these parts? Me? Not personally, but I did take part in the attack. Prince Azrin was 4th in line to the throne, you see. He started off as 11th, but worked his way up the old-fashioned method by inheriting control of an entire Crocel from his grandfather. After assassinating his way through the royal family, the king hired 3 other cells to take down Prince Azrin once and for all. I was in one of those cells. Antivan royalty is very much bound up in the Crows. You wouldn't want it run by a bunch of commoners, after all, would you? And this means they get involved in politics quite often. This particular fight nearly bankrupted the nation, I understand. It almost ended up putting a crow on the throne, a commoner. But that's a whole different story. I played a very small part. My part in the entire battle was taken up trying to reach Princess Verina, who had thrown in with her brother. I killed about 11 of her guards personally before I got knocked out of a window. I landed in a river and nearly drowned. I was fished out by some urchins who robbed me blind. Made off with my boots, too. At least they didn't cut my throat. And that was my part in history. Haha, it's true. I live a charmed life. One of the prostitutes that raised me was a fortune teller. Said I wouldn't die young. She was rather startled by that. But there you go. Tale told. Let's be off before I tell more embarrassing stories, huh? What say you? By all means. Well, the only one that's really worth telling is the story of the mission right before I came to Ferelden. But no, I would rather not. I shouldn't have said anything. Nothing that I would prefer to speak of. Perhaps another day, I'm sorry. What say you? By all means. What say you? Again? I'm game.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind? Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think. Which one? It will come to you soon, I'm sure.
Она нам уже все рассказала.
What's on your mind? No, you won't. Because you were not looking for the answer, but for someone to tell you that in spite of it, you'll be all right. You wonder sometimes, don't you? If your life would be better if you weren't who you are. When I was a young woman in the tower, I came to the realization that the circle would be my life, and I would know no other. Family, love, a simple life. These were things that others took for granted, that I would never have. It made me very moody. All I could think of was being trapped in that tower with no way out and no end in sight. I started hating my life and myself, and one night I found myself in the tower's chapel. I was seeking refuge, maybe answers. I must have looked tearful or made some noise, because the revered mother came out and decided to speak to me. And because I had no one else to talk to, I talked to her. I must have said many silly things. But she told me that the Maker puts us all on our paths for a reason, and fighting our intended course is what causes so much anguish. I thought the old biddy was full of rubbish. I was 15, maybe 16, and I knew everything. So I left, but I always found my way back to that chapel. And as the years passed, I began to see the truth of her words. We were supposed to be polar opposites, mage and priest. But we weren't. There was much about us that was the same. Not all priests choose their path. Some children are given to the chantry to raise and become initiates. The revered mother had lived in the chantry all her life, as I had been in the tower for all of mine. She taught me that you can find your family in the people around you, that you can love your work and find fulfillment in duty. And there is joy even in self-sacrifice. If you put others before yourself, then their well-being is yours, and their happiness is your happiness. You can scream and cry and be angry about life as a Grey Warden, or you can accept it and allow yourself to see the good in it. This is your choice. What's on your mind? I will answer to the best of my ability.
I have been mistaken. You are a soldier worthy to stand among the Beresad. I did not think so when we first met. You did, of course. The day will come when the Arishok sends us here. On that day, I will not look to find you on the battlefield. In time. There is no point in dwelling on it. We should move on. Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. I am hardly surprised. Very well. As you...
It is a curious thing. I do not know how else to describe it. Indeed, I am, a little. I am reminded of our first meeting in the wilds. I had been in animal form for some time, watching your progress. I was intrigued to see such a formidable woman, obviously more potent than the men she traveled with. Yet I resented it when Flemeth assigned me to travel with you. I assumed that, at best, you would drive me from your company as soon as we left the wilds. I am aware that I have little talent for forming friendships, to put it lightly. 'Tis something I know nothing of, nor ever thought I needed. Yet when I discovered Flemeth's plans, you did not abandon me. Whatever your reasons, you fought what must have been a terrible battle without hope of real reward. And that is what I do not understand. Of all the things I could have imagined would have resulted when Flemeth told me to go with you, the very last would have been that I would find in you a friend, perhaps even a sister.
Aww.
I want you to know that while I may not always prove worthy of your friendship, I will always value it. But enough of such idle talk. There are more useful things to be done, surely. What comes, my friend? So, full of questions, are you? What comes, my friend? We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Indeed.
Я бы, если честно, сходила бы сюда, в DLC-шку, и потом в Морозные горы, а потом уже сюда и в Денерим. Вот так бы я сделала. Давайте начнем. Бабуль.
I fell. For a moment there, I thought it was all over. Everything. I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Нифига себе напугала, блин, бабуль. Ты не пугай так. Чё ходим, бродим, ублюдки?
Oh, thank you, Maker. Thank you, thank you. As you say. Yes.
have coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, old Tegra can get you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
It will be done.
Мы много сделали. Еще нам очень много предстоит чего сделать. Перевалом уже займемся в следующий раз. Это DLC-шное задание, поскольку оно не сильно обязательное, но интересно его выполнить. Всем спасибо за внимание. Всем пока.